What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen again. Um, in this video, guys, I want to talk a little bit about Synereo. I'm not going to talk about what it is or anything like that. There's just an opportunity here that I want to share with you guys. Um, we come over here and we grab the parallel channel and we draw us a trend line here. You'll notice that I'm pulling this channel up and I'm putting it right about here. Okay. The reason why I chose this trend channel here, guys, is if you'll notice, we're going to go for the majority touch rule. And if you put it here, the traditional way that most people draw trend lines is to put it from 2 points from the bottom to the bottom, which would make it about right about here. You guys notice that when the price came down, it came down right there and it paused and it came right back up. And so it's meeting a support level right about here at the bottom of this. So it's hitting the support level right here and it's hitting the intersection of this trend line. So now that's why it took that bounce back up. Now if we zoom in to a 4-hour chart, you'll see a closer view of what it looks like. So basically it came right down to this support level right here and it bounced right back up. Now this is some of my most favorite trades. This is a short-term trade right here. And when I say short-term, you can still hold it for a long term after you start taking some profits on it. Let me bring it back to a 1-day chart. So as you guys can see here, right, let me just draw another line up here and one right here so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to maximize this to clean it up so that's nice and clean. All right, so what we have here, guys, is a really good buying opportunity in this area right here. Right now is probably the latest that I would buy it. It's at the ideal, obviously, the closer you get to this support level of the 24,000 Satoshi level, the better it is. Now, keep in mind this. Let me expand this out, guys. If you'll notice, when I expand this, right, let me just move this out the way. It'll be easier if I just move this line out the way. If you guys notice that this is at the 25,000 Satoshi mark right here, and usually whenever you have something right on the dot like that, right there, that provides a good support level. And on top of that, it's also retesting this support level from way back here on September the 3rd in this area. And it's hitting this and it's bouncing back up, as you guys can see that. So this would be the lowest risk trade right here, is to get in to buy at 25,000 Satoshis and then put your stop loss at the most, you know, you can put your stop loss if you're very conservative and you want to take, you can divide your position up, your risk up, and take multiple small shots to get in somewhere in here and put your stop loss right below this, okay, or right below the body of this candle back here, right there. So you can put a stop loss there, okay. Now the other one is that absolutely, if it breaks below this low down here, below the 20,000 mark right here, you have got to get out. I mean, that's a huge risk right there. You have to put on a smaller position to do that. But once you get into that, then you definitely want to get out if it breaks below that. All bets are off that you're going to be long anymore on that. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. If we take this tool right here, I really like using this tool because it's like a risk calculator. So if you put it right, say that that's the, let's say that you get out at below this support level and that body of that green candle right there. So to come up here is high in the short term. Even if you get in right now and you come up to here, there's a 37. It's not exactly a 3-to-1 that I like for a minimum, But if you're a short-term trader and you got in right there, that would be really nice. So I'll just move that aside right there. That way you guys can take a quick screenshot of that or pause it right there. Now, keep in mind, guys, I don't like to take trades that are less than 3-to-1, but I know that some of you guys out there that are in a rush or you just active traders, you just don't like to sit on there and just wait for good trades and let profits run. But that's the minimum right there. So if it comes up to here, I would take some profits off, and then I would let the rest run up to the previous high all the way up to here. Now, if you let the profits run up to there, then that's a lot better. Let me maximize this so that I can have a cleaner workspace here. Okay, so if you put your stop loss below this green line, this support level, first target's right here at right below 35,000 Satoshis, and the next target, for sure, if it came all the way up to here to 43,000 Satoshis, once it starts to break above 40,000 Satoshis between here and here, I would look to start taking profits. And I would start taking a little bit off at a time until it gets up to here. Now, if it keeps going up, it really doesn't bother me because my intention was to take profits here. And if I get a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio right there, then I'm more than happy with that. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If it comes up to here, you're risking 63. You're looking to make 63%. And if you down into here, then you risk losing 11% of your position. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now, for the long term, if you're looking to do this for the long term, I got in somewhere, I think down here. Oh, no, I got in down here somewhere down here, and then as it came up to here, I took some profits, and then when it pulled back to here, I added more back on. And then when it shot up, I took some more profits, okay? So then it came back down to here, I think, then I added on some more. So now it's coming over here. If you're new to this position, you can get in right here. And in a short term, once it gets up to here, I would suggest you take a little bit of profits just so that it takes away some of the emotions of the trade. And then in the long term, this is what I'm shooting for. The position I'm holding right now, I take a little bit of when I say I take some profits off, guys, I take a little bit off just to cover the risk of the position. And once I have a free trade where I know that, okay, this is a free trade for me, there's nothing at risk, then I try to hold it out for the long term. So Synereo recently just had their ICO, and their ICO, they were selling their ICO at like 35,000 and then all the way up to 40,000 in increments. And they burned off some of the coins that they had. They burned off hundreds of millions of coins that they had. And the reason, either hundreds of millions or millions, it was a bunch of coins. I can't remember the exact number. I'll make a separate video about that. But the reason why they burned it off is so that it doesn't dilute the value of each coin. So I like that. I really like this Synereo project, guys. I believe that this is a long-term, it has huge long-term potential. I like the fact that these guys are updating the community and the public with their project on a consistent basis. They're having frequent hangouts with it. So that's why I'm invested into it. And I see that it has a real-world use, okay? And like I said, I'll cover that in a separate video, the fundamentals behind why I got into Synereo. But in this time, there was just a really good opportunity to get into Synereo for a long term, possibly a short term also. If you're a short term trader, a day trader, and you just want to make a quick buck, then you got to take profits around here. But if you're a long term trader like myself, we're looking to hold all the way up to somewhere up in here. Okay, so at the rate that Synereo is going, if we project out what the future potential is, let me grab the trendline tool again. I'm going to grab the trendline tool, and I'm going to show you guys how I project what the technical price of this can be, okay? So if you look at the low down here, right, to there, you see the angle of it, right? You see the angle of that. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative, and I'm going to point towards here, like that. You guys notice how I'm just getting the bottom of that trend right there? That's the angle that it was going to. And then I'm going to project out to about right there. Okay. Notice how also that trend line in the short term serves as a resistance right here when price is coming up to it. So if I take this and I pull this up and I project it out into the future like that, the angle in which it's doing that, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I'm going to project that it will hit. I'm going to put this right here. There's where it's at. I'm just going to put a place marker right there. And then I'm going to put that this is going to project up to about right here. So that's the time that it's going to take to get up to there. And let me just grab some vertical lines here. So, okay. So we're shooting for a target. You know what? Let me just stick with what I traditionally do and go with the bullseye, the ellipse instead, right? Okay. So that's the target that I'm shooting for right there. Okay, to give myself some margin of error, right? So I'm shooting for a 800 price target, 800,000 Satoshi price target, right around there. And so down here it would be about 700,000 Satoshis, and up here would be about 900,000 Satoshis. So basically, it's going to be somewhere in this range right here, between like 700 to 900,000 Satoshis. And I'm projecting that that's going to go out until somewhere around the summer, the beginning of summer, the end of spring and the beginning of summer of 2017. They've been working on a lot of stuff, guys, and I think that this is really, really doable. And it's not something that's this is something they've been working on for a while. So after they have their ICO, if it hasn't already completed, I project that this is going to do, it's going to be a slow, steady climb all the way up in here. And I should say that this, you know what, I made a mistake here, guys. It should be more like this, in this region right here, right? Like that. I'm projecting it to come into this area up here simply because of this. When it gets near the 1 million mark, there will be, after it breaks the 500,000 mark, there's going to be a boost and a shoot up in price from there. So now, if this is, I'm going to remove this line right here. More right there. That way my projection will be a little bit more precise right there. That's what I'm projecting, guys. That the price of Synereo, it'll hit probably sometime around April, May, sometime next year. I don't see this hitting this year because they just raised their money and they got to take their money and go put it to work and things like that. But Synereo, that's something that's going to be worth 100,000 satoshis. You know, anywhere between 800, 700 to 1,000, 100,000 satoshis. I can see that without a problem. So just wanted to share this with you guys, and I'll come out with some other videos later on after I get the some more information on Synereo and compile it. I've been working on the some other stuff, and I'll explain to you guys as it comes out. We've been, my family's been hit on the east coast of the United States with Hurricane Matthew, and so it's not hitting me directly because I'm in Atlanta, but there's a lot of things that's hitting my in-laws and my family. My wife and kids were visiting my in-laws out there on the East Coast, and it's been hitting them. So there's a lot of things that's been stressing me out, and I haven't been able to focus on making new cryptocurrency videos lately. But I'll get back to it as soon as I get all things cleared up. We're going out on vacation out to the Los Angeles area here at the end of near the in a few weeks, and so when we go out there after that, I should have some more time to make some more videos for you guys. All right, so thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys again in a future video. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up. If you guys don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And if you guys have any friends or family or colleagues that want to learn more about investing in cryptocurrencies and creating life-changing finances in investing in cryptocurrencies, make sure that you let them know to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you guys in a future video.